One of the challenges of being in the technology field is staying alive to and hep to the new styles and the new speeds of innovation. I'm 33. I started my first company when I was 19. At that time, I can tell you, it took about, let's say, 2 years and $10 million to build a software product, something we called software at that time. And now, I think it costs about 2 months and $100,000 or $40,000 to build something that you can more or less call a product, like a demonstrable product. That's because the costs of development have come down, the costs of storage have come down, the ability to roll out a product that you can see if it works, if there's any kind of valence to it at all in the marketplace, have come down. And so all those things have conspired to radically accelerate the pace of innovation. There are things that pass for innovation right now that I don't think are very innovative. So there are certain kinds of social media tools that are 1 pixel different from the previous generation and get heralded as being very innovative. And I think that's kind of the gossip column of the technology world's version of what innovation actually is. Having said that, there's no reason to be cynical about that type of innovation, because it's often built on top of massive real innovation in which engineers, scientists, mathematicians, artists, and just creative business types come together and figure out how to do business a different way, spread information, disseminate information a different way, organize information a different way, build new kinds of hardware technology, hardcore technology a different way, share economies and build economies of scale a different way. And those are all very, very powerful innovations. We've seen the very clear impact of globalization. We've seen not just the business processing, outsourcing, the BPO kind of companies out of South Asia, but also the radical opening of new markets which allow for new small companies to sell more stuff to more people. And even if your product's not selling right there in Silicon Valley, it may be selling in Shenzhen or it may be selling in Mexico, and that allows new and different ideas to spin up faster, and also people to get into the market. I just had an amazing moment the other day where my company was building a new demo of a new prototype. We do this all the time, new experimental kinds of projects. And one of our guys who was on the team that was responsible for this said, hey, we're not resourced enough, we don't have enough people, we don't have enough time. So he just took it on his own initiative to go to one of these crowdsourcing companies on the web, found a guy in India for $200, in 2 days, built us a demo prototype. I'm like, can you imagine what that guy in India would have been doing 40 years ago? He would have been lost, right? The world would have missed out on his talent and his skill set and his ability, his gift to the world. And now he's generating technology for a leading Silicon Valley company out of his house, his Starbucks in India. I don't know where he is, but he built it, and we're relying on it. He's using it. So I think the pace of innovation is definitely accelerating. I'm very optimistic about that. Reputation.com protects reputation and privacy in over 100 countries. The impetus for Reputation.com was a clear recognition by our team that people's privacy, their private information, and their reputation are now at risk in a way that nobody ever expected. When we built the internet, we didn't think that all of a sudden all your personal information could be accessible by some guy 10,000 miles away in Kazakhstan saying, oh, I'm very curious about you, and I'd like to know everything about your life, and then they can find all that information. And similarly, it's very easy, based on the existing architecture of the internet, to really damage someone, a company, a person, and to really utterly dismantle the success of their business and the success of them personally, professionally. And so, we never thought that the angry ex-spouse would be able, with 20 minutes, to really derail your professional career, but now it's possible. So we saw a need, and it's turned out to be well recognized. We just, last week, were named Entrepreneur of the Year by Tech America, which is the biggest tech association in the United States. And that's a recognition that this field of privacy and reputation is important, and is important across the field, across verticals. So think of this as the third wave of security. The first wave of security in the security industry and technology was protecting the infrastructure of the web, the switches and nodes of the internet, the hardcore infrastructure of the internet. Large companies were built, Symantec, McAfee, on the basis of this kind of threat and solution. The second wave was the rise of e-commerce, Amazon, eBay, buying and selling on the web, and then a series of technologies to protect those transactions from thieves who threaten them. The third wave is our whole lives are on the web, our business and personal lives are on the internet, and now they're under threat, and now we need a new set of technologies, security technologies, to protect you from that kind of invasion.